After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 364. It is Saturday, July 20th, 2019, as we are recording. It's hot. We are under a heat advisory since yesterday through tomorrow, so we are staying inside as much as possible.
In of the doors
with the air conditioner going. We hope that you are staying cool if you are also under a heat wave.
Heatwave.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. If you are new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you find something you enjoy and that you will stay with us. If you are returning, as always, we're glad to see you. If you are in the shadows, please feel free to join us officially on the YouTube channel or on the podcast group, phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and we would love to see you there.
Indeed.
Okay. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Tali, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. Now, these are how we're known, besides in podcasting land. Although we are no longer on Ravelry, this is how we are known on our new home. And that's it, because on Lovecraft, where we also have a presence, we're just under our names.
Yeah. They don't have our...
I signed in by Facebook, so
I don't know what I'm signed in. I'm either under Marlisha or as Lady Fernico. I don't know which. I have to check. Because I did everything in a blur. I'm just now finally slowing to a halt now that I've got everything transferred and all that. But we do have new members to welcome. We want to welcome Laura, Lacey 1, Starbuck 22, I love that name, Miss Debbie, Kay, and KS Mama 10. I'm assuming that's Kansas Mama, and I wonder if she has 10 kids. That would be awesome. And she's already...
said hi.
She's already said hi. She sounds like a neat person. We're glad to have all of you with us. It's so exciting to see you with us. We are sticking with water today because it's very hot. And I know we can have iced tea, but we're also running late because we had a few things to close out.
I'm not a huge iced tea person.
I'm not either. I drink it at lunchtime sometimes or at dinner, but mostly I just have water or hot tea. So, water today.
I think these are my old Nitpicks DPNs because they don't feel like Chow Goose.
They don't look like Chow Goose.
The DPNs?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they'll suffice, but...
They are sufficient.
They are sufficient.
Okay. I want to say that, once again, about the charities that we're involved with, in case you have extra things that you don't know what to do with, or you feel like doing charity knitting or crocheting or whatever it is. We are helping out our friend Gracie's Mom 62, who is our local yarn store. That's
well,
Laura.
She's not the yarn store. She owns the yarn store.
I said at, you oboe head.
Just thought we'd clarify.
She does... she's our liaison, if you will, to the Evans Home for Charity Knitting. Okay, so we have that, and that's children through adults, baby through adults, whatever it is that hats and scarves and blankets and all kinds of things. So goes to the Evans Home, and then of course we have our pregnancy center, which is babies and toddlers, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they'll have stuff for the family.
Sometimes we'll have things for the family where people say, "Oh boy, we got a baby thing, and we have something for this other person." Like, "Oh, I got a hat too, yay!"
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why we sometimes drop off toys there.
Yeah, yep. Sometimes we do. So if you send it, we will find a place for it. And then we do want to plug also Brittany, who's Bee Wings, her charity group, and that's Comforting Crafts on Facebook. If you are on Ravelry, I think she is also there. But I think she does most of the charity stuff itself on Facebook.
Right, I think most of her alongs are on Ravelry.
Yeah.
But if I believe right, and Brittany can correct us if we are wrong.
She can she's in our group. She can correct us if we're wrong. Okay. Now, in other groups, okay, the Yarn and I Cappy podcast, she is doing the Mickey, I Love Mickey along. It's a Cal Cal Lao.
You're so fun, Mickey.
Are you quite finished? Leave Chompy alone. Chompy's showing everybody that we won. He's on top. He's on top.
Cram Bunny wouldn't be mean enough to sit on a little Chompy.
The bunny. I love the bunny. Look, he's blushing. Okay.
He's being nice.
Anyway, I was
and
trying to
Chompy
say
high.
something here. I Love Mickey Cal Cal Long is now through November 18th. Well, it's whenever she started. I can't remember when she started. Through November 18th, which is Mickey's official birthday. And the information is on...
The inflammation?
Inflammation. The information is on Cappy's podcast group, but if you're not on Ravelry, as far as I can tell, it's just anything Mickey related. And if you do that, and you're only in our group, and not hers because you're not on Ravelry anymore, just make it fit to one of our longs. We'll accept it. You know, T and Tails. If you can't make Mickey Mouse fit T and Tails.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can make.
So
Because Mickey, there's books about Mickey.
yeah. Well, the whole Disney. There's lots of Disney.
Yeah, so you're usually covered.
It's anything Disney. So, all right. Crocheting Hoovian podcast group. She's doing the creature feature Cal Cal Lao with Doc Firewoman, who's the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast, and this is a year-long theme-driven toy-along that is going in its third quarter now. No, is that right? Yeah, third quarter.
Because we're headed into third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter. And I think it's farm animals this time. No, that was
Farm
last
Animals
time.
was the first time.
No.
That's right. It's Sea
It was Sea
Creatures, Farm Animals, Mystical?
I think it's Wild Animals this
Wild
time.
Animals? Okay.
You can find out on Laura's group. Laura told us that any of her alongs that we want to participate in, the link that we have in the group, I forget what it is. I forgot to put it here. We can put it in the Facebook group or on that link.
I don't have the Facebook group linked because I wasn't sure that was...
Okay.
I have the email.
Okay. So there are ways for us to participate.
Yeah.
If we don't have it right, Laura can tell you.
Because she is a part of the...
I know she's going to be away for part of August, but I think she'll be available
After that.
before and after that.
Yeah.
So you can ask her in case I've muddled that up, which I'm sure I have. And then the Tortoise versus Hare, she's also doing that, which of course we are co-hosting, and we're excited about that. And I don't know if Brittany is co-hosting at her Comforting Crafts group or not. I think she is.
I think she is.
And then Laura also has, I think, her shawl, her Life Changes shawl.
Changes, yeah.
I think that's going to the end of this month. And I'm an abysmal failure at that. I've got like this much done because I had to tear it out the first time, and I haven't gotten back to it really. I've only got about this much. But that's still going. And the Whip It Good, which I think it's all year long, and that's finishing things. I don't know if she accepts frogs. And I don't know if she accepts frogs.
I don't know.
We can ask her. So that's really exciting. Now, Brittany, because she's, we love her so much, we want to say what's going on over there. She's got her, what are you reading? 19 hats in 2019, I think it is. 52 dishcloths in 2019, and color work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I do want to mention Vani as well. Her group has the Zabizny's group.
Yes.
And it's 19 of whatever. Okay? Now, let's see, I'm going to skip this one and this one because, yeah. Okay, so moving on to Tea and Tails. It's a year-long Cal Cal Lao. Our co-host is Cappy, who is the Yarn and I, and she's a fantastic person. And she has donated a shawl kit. Well, she's created a shawl and a shawl kit specifically for this, for Tea and Tails. It's called the Tea and Tails shawl, T and Tails, and there's a reason behind it. You'll have to look to see what that is. But she developed a shawl kit, and we have a coupon code for that in her dedicated thread, and there's also a coupon for discount just on whatever's in her shop in the thread, a separate coupon. So she's been extremely generous with us. Cappy's very, very generous. So there's that, and this along runs from the first of the year through the end of the year, and it has anything that's related to tea and or tails, okay? Previous whips are allowed. It can be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Chatter pictures all on the same thread, and as I said, they must be tied in some way, shape or form to tea and or tails, and that means fiction, okay? Fictional tales, please. The FO whenever it's completed, even if you've done a whip of that project the same week. Now, as always, any Franciscan Gypsy Designs FOs that could be related to tea and tails, Lady Vertical Creations designs, I have one, or things with my yarn that has an FO that's related to tea and or tails is eligible for 2 chances at a prize, as are, I think we said Joanna Johnson projects, and you can find Joanna Johnson on Etsy as well as Ravelry. By Mom Cook, as far as I know, she's only on Ravelry at the moment. Any Crocheting Hoovian projects that are related to tea and or tails, and she's on Etsy, Ravelry,
and she's
Lovecraft.
in the process of getting on Lovecraft.
Yeah. And then Studio Mon Designs, I think she's only on Ravelry. So anything of those designers related to tea and or tails will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO. And if you have my yarn or Cappy's yarn with any of those featured projects, you get 3 chances at a prize. Also, if you have Cappy's yarn with Cappy's shawl, and that's another, the shawl is a featured FO as well. If you have Cappy's shawl and Cappy's yarn or my yarn, then that's 3 chances at a prize as well. So you have a lot of chances to win multiple prizes. And we have multiple prizes. I have to talk to a couple people to make sure that everything is still in order before I say what they are for the 3rd quarter. I know we have Cappy stitch markers for the 3rd quarter, but I have to speak to the other person to see how we're going to work the other one. Okay, Cardiac Dysautonomia is running strong. That started July 1st, so we're just about 1 month through. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it is.
The rules are essentially the same as always. Except that they have to have shades of reds or pinks, blues or teals. The majority of the project has to be one or several of those colors. I mean, if you have 25% of pink, 25% of red, 25% of teal, it's still 75% of the project. So just as long as it has 75 to 80% of the project in those colors. And then that will be eligible. FOs. Okay, let me see here. The hashtag is hashtag PHNCDA2019 on Instagram. They cannot be finished before July 1st, but they do not have to be completed by the end of the cal. All you have to do is work on it. All right? And that's true of any of our alongs. Let's see. As always, Taya's patterns, my yarn, that works with the projects, that works with the theme, eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you marry the project with the yarn, it's 3 chances at a prize. Just so you know that we allow multiple prizes, and you can double dip if it fits.
Right.
We've had a couple people already say, "Can I? I'm going to dip it in the other one." That's fine. That's absolutely perfect. We like that. Okay, so that's cool. Tortoise versus hare is going. Apparently, Laura gave us a tally, and the hares are in the lead. Yay!
The hares are in the lead.
No, I mean the tortoises are in the hare.
Yay! Tortoises are in the hare.
Tortoises are in the lead. You oboe head, open your ears. Tortoises are in the lead. Chompy's leading. I love this little turtle.
Chompy's not a very good sport, is he? The bunnies are going to sneak up behind and will, be a surprise win.
We'll see.
Come on, bunnies.
Chompy says they want to win. Anyway, so that's cool. That's happening. We have lots of good chatter going on. I think there's some smack talk. I haven't been very active to be able to read it. I've been busy just liking things and
just liking them, huh?
Just liking things and commenting where I could. But now I should be more active now because other things are finished. To do this, you have to be a member of Crocheting Hoovian or a podcast group or our podcast group, and I think B-Wings group. If you're on Ravelry. Yeah. If you're not on Ravelry, then that's obviously not an issue. Okay. Let's see here. Featured patterns will be Timmy the Timid Turtle, Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle, Oops the Bunny. These are all Franciscan Gypsy designs. The Studio Von Design Turtle and Bunny Dishcloth. This is for our group. Franciscan Gypsy designs are available on Lovecraft.
Yes, and if you are on our PHN forum, if you go to my profile, I have linked where you can go to my profile on Lovecrafts. You can follow me, and you can purchase all my patterns there.
Okay. All right.
And they are available.
And I will be getting my one pattern up there soon because I've kind of gotten bitten again by design bug. We'll see what happens. If my hands will cooperate. But Taya's are already there. Let's see here.
I know that most of our members probably already have my patterns, but still.
Well, we do have some new ones. You know. All right. Now, going into rough drafts. Anything else you want to say before that? I need a drink of water.
That sounds like a good idea to me, is drink of water. Oh, I'd like to bring up what I'm wearing. This is a Diana's hat, dyed in Mom's yarn.
That's Rhapsody Blue.
Yeah, so.
I have to make some more of that. That's pretty.
It is pretty. It's just, I'm not having the best hair day, so covered it up.
And this, I don't remember the name. I just pulled
I think Brittany made one, didn't she? Someone made one and you felt like you wanted to make one too, I thought.
No, I just found it.
Oh, okay.
So, cause I wanted something, because I was having so much trouble, I wanted something to make for Tortoise versus Hare, and this is the only thing I finished for Tortoise versus Hare.
That was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
It might have been.
So it wasn't last year.
If you look, well, I was going to say if you look on my project page. You can't look at my project page anymore, but I don't remember the pattern. I'll see if I can find it. No guarantees, but if I can find it, I'll let you know. And he's such a cute little guy. The only thing that hurt my hands a little bit was the feet because it was so small, and the tail. But he's just so cute. I might still have to make another one despite the fact that it hurt my hands a little bit. He's adorable.
And then in comparison to Big Old Crayon Bunny,
he gets to ride. Okay, so.
And this pattern, it's a Pearl Soho pattern. It's free on her website. It's marked in our group. And also, if you follow me on Lovecraft, this is linked in Lovecraft. Like, if you go to my project pages on Lovecraft, I have the link that'll lead you directly to the pattern. And I think she calls it, like, Cuddly Bunny or something like that. Yeah. But regardless, you can either see this in our new home when you look in the pattern. What do we call that thread?
Pattern stash enhancements?
Something like that, where we send to, hey guys, check out this pattern, and we send you off to the Four Winds. But the easiest way is probably to find it on Lovecraft if you follow the link to my page. I might have to link both of our Lovecraft pages on the YouTube underneath the PHN group. You
have to show me how to set that up on Lovecraft, because I've been so focused on other things that I still don't know how to put pictures in the body of the
Lovecraft walks you through it. Pretty much.
No, I can do Lovecraft.
Oh, you're talking about on PHN.
There are things that I haven't been able to do on PHN, and there are things I haven't been able to do yet on Lovecraft because I was so focused on other things. So, all right, well, let's go on to rough drafts if you're ready.
Yep.
I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
I now have 4.
Okay, so let me go to the first one. And I could have finished this, but to be quite honest, by the time the day was over with, I was so brain fried that I sat down and watched movies and stuff. So this is Denise, this is Kikiboo, my Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag, is the baby hat. I thought I would have finished today, and it's almost done. It's about, I think I have like another inch to do or something. So, and Laura, I intend to use my other loom as soon as I get the chance to pull out a book or a video to show me how to
use it.
Do the stitch you were talking about. I've seen it, but I've never tried it, so I'm looking forward to looking at that. It's exciting. So, this is the hat, and you can see it's striping up very nicely. And it's almost finished. And this is the Cindy Wood loom. Laura gave me this one, too, because she spoils me rotten. So, okay, go in here. I have 5 and you have 4.
Then we can do every other.
Just keep going, yeah.
So, I actually hadn't worked on this until the podcast. I was looking for a project because I needed the yarn for something. And, while I was going through my projects, I found this one that has been in hibernation for a little while. It's been at least a year.
Looks like a little sweater.
This is actually the first pattern I picked up on Love Knitting, and this was
Before it was Lovecrafts?
before it was Lovecrafts. Yeah.
I think I picked up things there too before.
I had seen it on Instagram and had fallen in love with it. I didn't realize the designer was on Ravelry. This is Rainbow Designs, and her name is Lorraine Pistorio. Like I said, she is, and it's called Knit Baby Bunny. I'm pretty sure I got this on Lovecraft.
Adorable. Absolutely adorable.
I think that's the reason I have it printed instead of...
No, we have a library in Lovecraft too, right? When we buy something, we have like a library? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got this off of Lovecraft. But I hadn't realized how far along I was.
Yeah, because you just started working on that this morning, so you haven't done too much.
No, I've done a few rows. So, I think I'm using Cascade 220, which is good to know I have some more of this because I'm using it in... I'm also trying to use it in my other bunny I'm knitting.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, just for like the tail and stuff, but I wasn't sure I'd have enough. I'm not going to use all this for this bunny, I don't think. So
Cascade 220 natural is going to match fine.
Yeah, so... well, they were from the same set. I had gotten them all for designing the Dachshund.
Oh, right.
This is all left over from that. I didn't buy any of Cascade 220. This was something I already had.
You did a white Dachshund?
No, I had it just for parts of the Dachshund. For like the eyes and stuff like that. I used all Cascade 220 for the Dachshund.
Because I don't have any white in mine.
Where did I use the white from? I thought I got it for the Dachshund. I must have used it for a different design.
See, this is what she's talking about, the Dachshund.
I can't remember what I used the white for then. Because I got the Cascade 220 for a Dachshund. I don't remember what the white was for then.
Are you sure it wasn't one, like a lady? One of the ladies?
You know, it wasn't the Dachshund. You're right. It was... I picked up the Cascade 220 for the Springer Spaniel. Right. And you're right, because the colors match the Springer Spaniel, not the Dachshund. Right. Yeah. The Dachshund was actually made out of Miss Babs. Right. So, but regardless as to what the Dachshund was made out of, this is a money project that I forgot I had, and I figured I should work on this. Especially since I'm probably closer to finishing this than any of my other bunny projects.
Okay. All right.
I can do it too, Laura.
I have several turtles on the hooks. Mm-hmm. I have a sea turtle and a biddy. I thought I had another turtle, but I'll have to check and see. Okay. In my... I haven't put it back in the Valeria bag because we have to go to the doctor again pretty soon. Well, the appointment by the time the appointment comes, I should finish this, I hope. Yeah. This is my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey Mouse bag that I won, or he gave me, or won, I forget how it happened. And this is the On Cloud 9 from the Lala Simple Shawl pattern. And I'm a little further away than I thought, even though I worked a lot on this, simply because I didn't realize I had to end on a certain section that is not where the repeat ends. Like you have, you know, this type of rows and this type of row and this type of row, and then you start the thing over again. Instead, it doesn't stop with the end of that section. You have to do another garter stitch pattern. So I am doing, I just started the last 8 rows. So I might finish this next week, or it might be the week after, depending on how much I work on it. But I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully this will be done by the retreat in September.
That would be really nice.
So it's getting huge. I mean, it's really big. I love it. It's so pretty. And I'll probably do another one, but not right away, because I want to start Cappy's shawl, and there's a couple other things I want to do too. Mm-hmm. So, and this is a very heavy project. I might wait until the dead of winter to do this, because it's heavy and it's hot. Because this is bulky yarn. I'm doing this in some of Heidi's undyed yarn and some of my Bare Necessities. I forgot to put this on. Okay. Where are my needles? It's your turn.
Okay, so let me finish my decrease.
This, there we go. This little, I think it's a DPN cozy, but I use it just to keep my needles in place. And this was done by Sheila from Never Enough Bags? No, Thank God for Bags. Never Enough is always the shop that we used to have here. Thank God for bags. On Etsy.
So I'm just pulling up the pattern page so that way. So this project I originally called Thomas. I had to change the name because when I was looking through my old project pages, I had a bear that I had made called Thomas.
Oh, that's funny.
So I was like, well, that's not going to be the name of that bear, of this bunny. So I ended up going with Hansel. Hansel, so his sister can be Gretel.
Yes. Hansel.
Because I am going to make the sister eventually.
I keep seeing the cartoon, the Looney Tunes. Hansel? It's Hansel and Gretel, and the guy, and Bugs Bunny's with them, and I think it was Bugs Bunny, and it's Hansel, and Hansel! Bugs Bunny's like, Hansel? It's really weird. I'm dating myself. It's a little cartoon.
I might call it actually Han and Greta.
Mm-hmm.
Han and Greta, that's what it'll be.
Not Han and Leia?
Han and Greta. So actually this is Han. So let me write that down so I don't forget. Han and Greta. Han Bunny. Because I will forget, because I have no memory. Han the Bunny.
The man's going to be mad that you didn't choose Kristoff and Anna.
There we go. Because I don't...
She's a bit obsessed right now with Frozen.
Yeah. Okay, so the yarn and the actual project are kind of living in my Firefly bag by Slip Stitch Studios.
That's an old bag too.
It is an old bag, but my pieces that I finished are going in my Crochet and Hovian bag by Silver Shed USA, and that's also where I keep my notebook. So I have finished both legs, and this is one that you do in flat and then you sew up later.
Very cool.
So this is Cascade 220.
I think that was also from Lady, wasn't it?
It was.
I call it Lady because that's the name of my dog.
This was the...
It was named after Tilly's dog.
Yeah. Well, no. The first one was called Tilly.
That's why it was called Tilly. Okay.
And then Davina named the second one because she has the second one. Mm-hmm. Hers was this color.
Tilly's was, or
Davina's was this color. The original design just has this like at the tip of the ears and points of that.
Because mine's not here. Mine's in the other room right now. So I can't show them.
But there's one leg. Yeah, once everything is done with the construction and stuff, the animals will move back to their original places.
Yeah, you'll see the menagerie will return.
Yeah, I mean, we still kind of have
this will not be in here.
No, he just might come out occasionally for podcasts.
Right,
like
occasionally.
Right now.
Occasionally.
Because he doesn't hurt anything between us.
But he's. I get hot.
Oh, is he making hot?
He's okay. Right now he's okay.
Okay. So, 2 legs done. And I finished a boot.
It looks like a Christmas stocking.
And I'll end up, I'm on the second boot right now. Then I had to make the shoelaces. And then I get to piece together the legs and put the legs in the boot and all that. And then I move up the body. So, I'm working on the second boot right now.
Very cute.
But I really enjoyed putting this boot together.
You can put it at the door for Christmas. Get a little piece of candy for, I forget what...
That's St.
Nicholas Day.
St. Nicholas Day.
That they do in Europe. Just kind of put it out there. And
well, I told you that Emily's family does it.
Yeah.
And her dog Cookie ate my chocolate.
Yeah, I remember that. Got sick.
Yeah.
Dogs aren't supposed
to eat
chocolate.
Way back in college years.
Yes. Eons ago.
Eons ago. So, yes. The bunny is progressing. And he is now Han.
Okay.
Because I almost called him Hans, but I was like, I don't want to call him Hans. So that's why I went with Hansel. And I was like, oh, I can just call him Han. Han and Greta, that works. It's like a modernized version of Hansel and Gretel.
Okay. In my... Knit is my bag, gnomes bag. It was called Lazy Gnomes. I don't know why. There's only one gnome that's sleeping. The others are all working. This is my design. My I'll Be There For You shawl.
Hey, Mom, quick question. Look through them. You almost can make, in your mind, make them look like the dwarves. Mm-hmm. You know, because they're sleepy.
Sleepy, yeah.
There's Doc.
Yep.
I guess no one looks like any others.
I don't see a dopey or anything.
Yeah, but you can, in my head, for half a second, I was like, those could almost be the dwarves.
This is my I'll Be There For You shawl. It's the Precious Heirloom Project. And I'm using US 6s. The yarn is Lucky Jenny Knits. She doesn't, as far as I know, have an Etsy shop or anything. But she gave this to me, this yarn, a few years back. And this is the fingering weight version of my shawl. I'm not sure how big it's going to be. The yarn is about, I think, 460 yards. So, you know, typical yarn for sock weight.
It's funny.
So I don't think it's going to be a huge shawl, but it'll be a nice size shawl. I think my mom might like it when it's finished. I wanted to work this yarn because it's gorgeous. But my mom wears it. I wear a lot of this too, but I keep saying I'm going to make something for my mom, and I think this is going to be it. What did I do with my... There it is. It even matches. Everything matches, see? Everything matches. So I hope to finish this relatively soon. Hopefully by November. My parents' anniversary falls on Thanksgiving this year. Their 60th anniversary.
That's a big deal,
So
anniversary.
exciting. Yep. Exciting about that. Okay, so that's that.
All right, let me finish my decrease again. Okay, so now we're headed into new territory. Now Bunny will have to move for a moment. He was going to drop him. Okay, so this is a project that was not started when we last... Oh, you pulled him up by his head!
Better than his ears.
So this was not started. I found this pattern on Lovecraft. It is called... Hold on. Oh, by the way, Bunny Rabbit I showed the last one. I forgot to say what the name of the pattern. The rabbit I showed before Mom showed her last project was Bo Rabbit's Lapland Visitors Part 1 from Mary Jane's Tea Room.
Oh, I like her.
And that's a pattern I found in Lovecraft, although she's on other places as well. I know she's on Etsy.
She has her own site.
She has her own site,
yeah,
which goes through Ravelry. So I think she must be on Ravelry as well. But the one that... Not that one. Sorry, trying to bring up the pattern. So this is... there it is. Sunny Bunny Baby Blanket Crochet. It was designed October 2017. It doesn't say the designer on... Oh, Pattern World. And this is a pattern I found on Lovecraft. I don't know if she's anywhere else.
If you crochet and you like to do that kind of color work, she has some adorable patterns.
So, whoopsie, it moved on.
She doesn't have a turtle, so I haven't picked up anything yet, but I have a couple owls, cute, and a bear. And
she has several bunnies. Yeah. And that's adorable. Now, I didn't have as many contrasty colors, so my contrast isn't going to be as high. I had to scrounge for yarn. And she has the green and the edging as bobbles. I chose not to do bobbles. It's just because I don't care for doing bobbles.
I probably do that too when I do her patterns. Just do it as a flat stitch.
So,
oh, that's looking pretty though.
And this is just a bunch of different scrap yarns that I got from around the house.
She robbed from me, Davina, everybody.
So this is this here is from cotton. This is
I love this cotton.
I love this cotton, which I don't mind the feel of as much. It does curl a lot though. Then
It's got a lot of drape to it. That's why.
The green is also I love this cotton, which you could barely. Oh, it does show up a little better than I thought. Then this blue I already had. Actually, I almost got rid of it, but I had it for a different baby blanket.
You gave it to Davina, and Davina gave it back.
No, the blue I had already had.
Oh, okay. It was the other one.
Yeah. The blue I've used before in a baby blanket, and I picked it up again for a design in progress I never completed. And this is turquoise, and it's Pound of Love Baby. And then this here is Pound of Love Baby Creamsicle.
Yeah. It looks almost white, but it's actually a very pale peach.
Yes, it is. So.
You can see it better
So
here.
the bunny will be this creamsicle color. So the bunny will stand up nicely against this backdrop.
Can you see this?
Yeah. I would have preferred this as the background, but I didn't have enough of that. And I'm going to make do with what I have available to me.
Right.
So
We're trying to go through our stash a little bit.
eventually I do plan on picking up more baby yarns, just because I'm finding on Lovecraft, most because I didn't look on Ravelry before for these kind of projects, but I'm finding on Lovecraft now that I am looking, some projects I want to do for babies that also are interesting enough to keep my attention. Sometimes for the simpler baby patterns I get bored, so I stop working them. But so far these projects have been keeping my attention.
That's cool.
Um,
Okay. Let's see here.
So this has gotten actually a fair amount of work, because this didn't even exist when I saw you guys last.
Okay. I haven't switched my
You
bag
can come
on here
back.
yet, but this is my Bobbing Along baby blanket. This is my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey and Minnie Mouse bag. And I had already gone to the new yarn last week, but I did make some progress. I think I did about 3 or 4 rows on this. So you can see it is, I'd say it's about half done, maybe half to 2/3 done. So this goes pretty quick because it's double crochet. When I get to the point where I think it's done, I'll add, just edge it. I don't know yet if I'll do a solid color or just do the color I have in the yarn, which I may just do that. So this is a very dark blanket, but be nice for a little boy, I think. And the yarn is, I think it's, I don't remember if it's Mandela or the other one. It's Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel. It's not the softest yarn, but it's not rough either, and I think after you wash it a little bit, it'll be fine. And if I have one skein left over, I might get that for a prize.
Right. Let me just start the next needle so I know where I'm at. I'd like to do my decrease and end myself in the middle here, so I know exactly where I'm at, because I'm in the middle of a decrease row.
Right.
Yeah, okay, good. So, my last project, because I don't have that many.
No, neither of us do, because I have one more too.
In my Silver Shed USA Oops's Bunny bag, with art by Davina.
Yep.
Is another new project. Let me show you the pattern for this one as well. This is another Lovecraft pattern. Although the designer is on Ravelry, I'm sure this pattern is as well. But I found it initially on Lovecraft, and I actually like a lot of her patterns. It is Baby Rabbit Beanie, and the designer is Sandra Yeager. And it's spelled Jaeger. And this is a 2014 pattern.
That's so cute.
So it's a little baby hat.
You're making
Like
one.
I think we mentioned last time I was going to look for baby hats and baby things that were color work, and I found it. So barely started.
Is that the bigger size? A bigger size than?
This is the medium size.
Okay, yeah.
Because they only have extra small, small, and medium.
Oh, okay.
But she says, of course, you can adjust your yarn and needles for a size bigger than that, which I may do in the future, because this
Is that fingering or?
this is fingering.
Yeah.
And the needle size is a 2.5.
So if you did like maybe a DK or a sport.
Mm-hmm. And then when I would judge the equivalent needles. Right. And I would probably start with the extra small to see how big it ended up.
Right.
And then see if I need to go to the medium. But this is Mom's yarn. She had dyed this. You'll recognize this as having been meant for the Tom Bombadil. I wasn't enjoying knitting the Tom Bombadil. It wasn't
Even though it was very pretty.
Even though it was very pretty, it just wasn't where I was at. But so I changed it out. This pink and green is very fun. And then, of course, this blue is gorgeous. But I'm it's an alternating colored rib.
You've done that before.
Yes, I did. It was, I forget which hat it was. It's in my room. But it actually had the cast on.
Was that the minestrone? No.
No. I think it was the one that you had gifted me that at first I wasn't terribly interested in until I chose my colors. It was like a light blue, and I chose a red, and
I remember the hat, or whatever it was you did, but I don't I remember
And I
doing
cast on, actually alternated colors when I cast on too. It was a very interesting cast on. But that's not what this is. This is, it's different. But yeah, barely started.
Cool.
But very much enjoying so far.
Very nice. Okay, my last one is in my Knitter's Magic bag. I don't know who does it for her, but it's my large Knitter's Magic bag. And this is my Welcome Little One from 5410's on the porch blanket knitting pattern. I love 5410. I cannot believe how many patterns I have in my files for 5410. I keep my eye on them for Instagram because I love their stuff. I'm still in the garter stitch. It's the garter row that never ends because the garter section never ends. I have to do like 5 inches or something. I think I'm like 3 or 4.
5 inches are so cute.
I know, 5 inches, but so I keep
Especially,
going.
oh no, never mind. You're on crochet, but in bulky yarn.
Yeah, this is bulky yarn, and I'm enjoying it. I do like the pattern. I am looking forward to getting into the actual, when things start changing up a little bit. But for now, this is fine. I enjoy working their patterns, even though I've never finished one up to this point. I'm hoping to finish this one. And that takes care of that.
Okay, so that brings us next into Frogged.
Okay.
So part of why I found this bunny project that I'm working on at the second is because I was looking for a particular yarn to give to Mom, because I don't really enjoy much working cotton, and this has a cottony feel to it. It's a beautiful yarn.
It's a beautiful. We love the people who dye this
Flock
yarn.
Personas. He does he does the selling. She does the dyeing,
and we love their yarns. It's just that neither one of us cares for cotton overly much.
Right. I have more of a aversion to it than Mom does. So I pulled it out of Diane's hat. I had it in, and I'm giving the yarn to Mom. And that was also how I found this bunny. So.
And what was the project you frogged? Diane's hat?
Diane's hat.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have a needle adjacent project, and it's going to go in my Yarny Turtle bag by Silver Shed USA. That is, the artwork is Davina. And what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to try to do anyway, is the Turtle Surprise Juniper Moon Farm Zooey. So this is, that's the pattern. It's a bag. I've never done anything like this, so we'll see how it works.
So when it folds in, does it look like a turtle? Or?
There's a story that she had. Let me see if I can find the story that's on here. It might. I wonder if she put the story.
The reason I asked is there are patterns on Lovecraft where it looks like a unicorn head, but the bag is stuffed inside, and then you pull the bag out.
The story is on the pattern. I don't know if she's anywhere but on Ravelry, but you can check. It's called Turtle Surprise. And it's by Juniper Moon Farm Zooey. And something about some kids came in. There was some kind of something, or rather, some little situation. And
I think she told them to stop doing something or whatever, and they came in to heckle.
They came in they asked for something, and they said that this looked like a turtle, and then when it was closed up with the yarn balls coming out of it. So I'm not sure exactly. I can't tell you the story because I didn't expect to have to tell you about it. But it holds I think 10 or 15 skeins of 100-gram skeins of yarn or something like that. I'm planning on maybe using it as going to the market for fruit and stuff like that. So hopefully I can make this. And I'm only going to do it in one color because this is the first time I'll be doing something like this. And that's going to be this color for turtle stuff. That's a big skein of yarn. I hope I have. I think I have enough yarn in here. Let me see.
If not, you have the 2 greens.
I think I looked up the yarn at one time, and it was like, it's 2 balls of Juniper Moon Farm Zooey, and she doesn't.
You wanted to look up Juniper Moon Yard Zooey online and just figure out how much yardage she has. I
remember, I think I'm pretty sure I looked it up because I was just going to use the 1 skein of yarn. But that's it. So that goes in here. That's my new.
Well, if not, you do have the 2 greens.
Yes. I just have to cake them up. Okay.
So then that leads me into FOs, because I do have an FO. And that's why we had a conversation about the size of the bunny hat, because I had initially made a small.
Is that the same hat?
Same hat. And it's very small.
Might fit a preemie.
Might fit a preemie, yeah. Next time, all the bunnies are going to be pink.
I like it that way. It's cute.
Oh, it's very cute, but the blue bunnies don't stand out very well.
But then you need to do something different here.
I am. It's going to be blue and green down here. Then it'll be green with pink bunnies, blue with pink bunnies.
Okay.
And then blue, green again up here.
You're not going to have as much pop on this thing down here.
Right, it won't be, but I'd rather have the bunnies pop
Right.
than the edging.
That's really cute.
So, and I mean, you can see the blue bunnies, they just don't pop quite as much as the pink ones do.
They're cute.
And then it has that on top. So it does, I mean, it does stretch.
A little bit, not a
It
lot.
stretches more than I anticipated.
Because, the color work, it does stretch, but I wouldn't want to have to put that on a baby's head.
Yeah.
Because they move and they don't like it. And I mean, I think this will be fine for somebody. If someone who has a very small
I
baby.
won't make this size a lot, not with this weight of the arm.
Is this small?
Yes. No, it's not even extra small. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine. The extra small must be for like a real preemie.
Yeah. Well, they said it was a preemie size, the extra small.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So this might fit somebody's baby, but this isn't going to be the size I make frequently because it is a very small hat. But I enjoyed making it. It was a very quick project. I mean, I finished it in a week. I mean, granted, I finished this in a week too, but yes, there's that.
Okay.
Second bunny project for me finished.
Yay.
Yay, bunnies.
Okay, now leads us into royalties. We had a surprise package come in the mail from Brittany yesterday. Brittany, we didn't have a chance to say anything to you before we went to bed because...
Actually, we purposely didn't.
Well, that was her idea.
Thank you.
There's that. So this is from Brittany, and we haven't opened it at all. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Brittany.
Yeah, I know that Brittany texted me. Like, hey, I texted her about something, and she's like, hey, check. You should have a package coming in pretty soon. I was just like, she'll probably think we're podcasting. I'll wait and let her see on the podcast.
Aw. Thank you. I'm not going to read the card because it's special and it's private, but look at that's one of Brittany's classic cards. I love her cards. And I was running out, so I'm glad that, because I know what this is. She's made us some cards, and she knows we absolutely love her cards.
Yeah.
Brittany, I think, sells them on Facebook. She made me owl cards.
She told me they were bunnies.
She made me owls. This is my favorite card of hers, and she knows it.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Oh, it made my day. I've had a little bit of a tough week. Oh, and look at these.
I just saw those, yeah.
Ooh, aren't those beautiful?
Those are beautiful.
Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? These are so special, Brittany. Thank you
These are
so
amazing.
much.
Oh, wow, Brittany, you are an artist.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She's so generous. See, I've got
And I love my bunny envelope.
these cards
With
are
the
absolutely
edging on
gorgeous. I was looking for one the other day, and I was like, all I have is the birthday one. Because I use her cards. I just love them. I'm not a big card or letter writer most of the time, so I prefer to use a card when I'm not emailing people.
Right.
And this, I just love her cards. I just absolutely do. She's so creative.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Brittany.
you so much. It's so whimsical. Look at the mushrooms. With the owl. The owl's a hobbit. It loves mushrooms.
I love my bunny.
I love it. I love the flowers. I love the very Victorian with the flowers and the post. Wow. Thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank
That was
you.
more than generous. Thank you.
I love this style of card.
I know. It's very Victorian. I love it.
Yeah.
I love vintage things, and this whole set has a very vintage feel to it. Of course, Brittany has known us for a long time, and she knows what we like. And this is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Brittany.
And I
You're
have
very
two different
sweet.
ones that have a similar.
Yeah, I had those
vintage-
two. I had those two, both of them.
Okay.
I think she gave us both the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except
that's
you-
right. That's the one that you had. Yeah.
Yeah, except that you
Yeah.
have bunnies and I have owls.
Yes.
So we appreciate that
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
She remembered I'm truly an owl. I'm only a turtle secondarily. I'm an owl. So thank you so much. Okay. Autobiography. Not much. You want to go right into the Etsy shop? Or do you have something for autobiography?
I've still been reading Austen or listening to Austen.
Yeah.
I finished Sense and Sensibility, and I'm into Pride and Prejudice. And as much as those characters aren't necessarily my favorites, that book probably has more of the funny parts, because there will be points when Mr. Collins is talking, and I was in the waiting room for the dentist, and I was just cracking up. Because the supporting cast is very good in Pride and Prejudice. They're stupid and hilarious, and
I haven't read a whole lot of Austen. I'm reading.
I really enjoy Austen.
Yeah, I'm reading Star Wars right now. I'm reading Visions of the Past by Timothy Zahn, and because I haven't had time to read, so it's just I don't read this slowly normally. I just I haven't had time to read, and if I have things stuck in my head at night, then I can't sleep. So
Yeah.
But I'm still reading that. And I'm still reading. I read yesterday some of Cardinal Sarah's book on silence. But okay, so now the Etsy shop, I did get a pre-order, so I'm very grateful for that. The person knows who they are. Thank you very much. I intend to put up the information for pre-orders no later than the next podcast. We have contractors coming in this week. Yes, they're actually coming in to finish up this week, apparently. So after that, along with putting things where they belong, I'm hoping to dye up some yarn. I have a lot of things I want to dye up. I'm going to put pre-orders up for the yarn that for dysautonomia and cardiac. If people want Rocket Pop, I'll put that up as well. And I'm hoping to do something a little special for a housewarming for our new PHN group. I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet, so keep your eyes open for that particular thread, just because we have a new home and we need to celebrate.
Yeah.
So we'll probably
just like anytime you move in, it's a big deal.
So we'll keep an eye out for that. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Nope, that'd be it.
We don't really have any updates health-wise, except that Talia's appointment got pushed to August. So,
I mean, and surprisingly, knock on wood, it hasn't been. I mean, there's been bad days, good days, and bad days. I have at least a low-grade headache back here most of the time, but all things considered, it hasn't been. I had a little bit of chest pain when I woke up today, but I mean, it's weathery over here.
It's been extremely hot and weathery here. I even woke up with pain this morning, so it's just. It's the weather here is a part of it, not all of it for her. But the house, as I said, hopefully by this time when we podcast next week, we'll be able to say it was finished. And maybe I'll have some yarn to show you. But that's about it for that. I didn't plan any knitting ephemera this time around because we were running so late getting started. So I will skip that. We are planning to podcast next week, on Saturday. That's the last Saturday of the month, right? I think it is. It's the 27th. So hopefully we'll get an earlier start than we did today.
Right.
Again, if you need to find us, you can find us on our PHN group.
And that'll be in the YouTube dialogue box. Plus, I'll have a link to my Lovecraft and Mom's Lovecraft, so you can find us on Lovecraft. And
if you want to contact us, also you can contact us on the PHN Facebook page, but we might not see it right away.
Yeah.
So that's that. And if you want to contact us by private message on Instagram, you can try that as well.
Right.
I'm Lady Fernico there, and you're Franciscan Gypsy. So, all right. So that's that.
And what was I going to say about Lovecraft? Something that I like about Lovecraft is when you're signed in and you're on your home page, you can decide if you want to see all crafts or just see knitting and crocheting. And it basically gives you a feed, kind of like an Instagram feed or a Facebook feed. And it's just all yarny stuff. So it's a place of happiness
yes,
right
it's
now.
really nice. You can go there and...
I mean, there's glitches. Of
course.
It's not... Don't expect Ravelry when you go there. It's not Ravelry.
No, and we don't need that. We're looking for places to get yarn, to get our fix of pretty things, and have a place to purchase things if we want to. We have several links in the group about where we can go for that. so that we can get what we need and what we want. But that page is like a front page, but it's tailored to you.
Right.
So I think I have knitting, crocheting, and they're have up and coming baking and paper crafts. So I'm gonna have that. I had needlecraft. I had everything for a while, and I decided, no, I'm not gonna do this or that. So I'm gonna wait and take that off.
And I just have knitting and crocheting.
Yeah.
And then you follow different people, and then you see people they like, that leads you to other people, and just becomes like this nice feed of just crafting.
And when you go, and also when you follow people, what they like, is that where it goes? The people that you like, is that where it goes to that feed, or do you have to? Yeah. So it's really nice because you follow people with similar likes and dislikes, or I guess just likes, and you find things that you might want to make that you might not find on your own, because it's a pretty big place. It's all these patterns.
Yeah.
So that's nice because it's more tailored to what you want. So that's kind of neat. Okay, so all right, we want to thank the people who commented on YouTube: Angela, Wombat of Doom 53, Valeria, Pat, and Brittany. Thank you. If I missed somebody because you commented afterward, or I just happened to miss you, I'm sorry. We're glad that you commented. I tried to answer everybody there. I think I got everybody on PHN.
I think I mostly liked everybody.
Yeah, you can see that we at least saw things.
Yes, I do like something with a new home is if someone hits like on something, you'll see their name up there, so you see who read it. Which sometimes I felt like people didn't know that we read stuff on Ravelry. So
because sometimes we can go by and can like things, but we can't always comment.
Right, so, because I might be doing it while I'm on the phone or something like that. In a work related, I might be able to read something, but I have to be focused on something else. So I can't comment.
Right. So we are able to like things.
Or I don't have the brain power to comment if I'm having brain fog.
I have liked many things, and I think I answered everybody in the thread, I think. In the help section, there's a whole bunch of tips about how to know what you last read and where you're at and new posts and all that kind of stuff. We're having a learning curve, but it's fun and it's interesting.
I mean, like someone said the other day, it's only been,
We've been less than a month. It's only been 2.5 weeks. So, we moved pretty quickly. I'm impressed with how fast you guys learn things.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So that's that. We want to... we're going to say goodbye. It's a shorter one today because we didn't have a lot of time to craft.
We were super long last week.
Yes, we were. We didn't have a lot of time to craft. So we want to wish everyone a very blessed week full of knitting and crocheting and whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here next week for the Fun in the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 364, and that's a wrap.
Bye. Bunny, 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 bunny.